Look at these feet. Look at those feet. Hey guys, it's DT back on the channel with one of the biggest unboxings we've ever done. So this is the 1/3 scale Legendary Beast and XM Studios Hulk. And that means this guy is 1/3 the size the Hulk would be in real life, which is huge. We've unboxed a bunch of different Hulk statues already, including this Hulk transformation, this Gladiator Hulk, this Gladiator Hulk, this Red Hulk, and this Hulk versus Wolverine diorama. All great statues, but nothing is going to compare to the size of this big boy. So this one came in 4 huge boxes. I could only fit 2 of them on camera right here. This is the Premier Edition, which came with 3 different torsos. All the boxes combined weighed over 300 pounds. So I don't have to go to the gym today because I had to lift all these boxes down the stairs. But I'm really excited for this piece. It's definitely the best 1/3 scale comic book version Hulk available, if not the best Hulk statue ever created. So without further ado, let's open this up. So I got box 1 here on the table. This is probably the heaviest of the 4 boxes. First off, we get this little brochure. There's some nice pictures in here, some information on the statue. Kind of nice to have, but it's all about the statue. All right, so as expected, we're starting off here with the base. This thing is huge. We've got these little silica packets. Don't eat these, very bad. So this is the top of the base. The base actually comes in 2 different parts. Oh, this is heavy. All right, so we have the smaller base right here, which is the very top of the base. It's kind of the nuclear testing site out in the desert. The other side, we have this big key. So if you're worried about height, you can just display the whole piece on here. This base is just over 2 inches. If you're trying to display this piece and you have some kind of clearance issues, you can just use this and forego the bigger base. However, I think the big base is one of the key selling features of this statue. And here it is. Whoa. All right, so I'm gonna have to move this one off so we can stick that one on this turntable. Come on, get off. 1 box for the whole base. All right, there you go. So the 1/3 scale Hulk, they made 299 of these. This is number 164. This piece fits on top. It keys in only one way. Gotta watch the fingers here. Line that up, just like that. So we got a very heavy base here. And I'm gonna have to bring it back upstairs because this statue actually gets to live upstairs. I don't have to put it in a bathroom or anything. It's got its own place, but as you can see, the base is already huge. So here's box 2. It's actually bigger than box 1, but it doesn't weigh as much, surprisingly. All right, let's see what we have in here. Oh my goodness. This thing is massive. Look at this thing. Oh my goodness. Oh. So here it is, guys. Look at how big this thing is. I don't even know if it's gonna fit on this frame. I might have to back out the frame a little bit. I thought for sure I'd have enough room, but I don't know. With legs, his head's gonna get cut off. Let me just put this front. Oh. Let's see if we can get some legs in here. So the torso wasn't that heavy. I mean, it's still got some serious weight, but nothing crazy. However, I think the legs might be a bit heavier. All right, look at these feet. Look at those feet. The right foot has the keyhole. There we go, fits in perfectly. Whoa, let me take that back. This torso is pretty heavy. There's a big metal rod as well as a giant key. He barely clears the frame, but I think I'm gonna raise the camera up a little bit. All right guys, so here is the first option. This is the first appearance Kirby Classic Hulk. The other 2 boxes are gonna have the other 2 torsos. Instead of bringing the whole box up here, which we don't have a lot of room for. I'm just gonna open it up and bring on the pieces. So along with the torsos, we also get a torso stand. The base itself is bigger than most statues. We get 2 of these, 1 for each added torso. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to fit all 3 on this table. Here is the classic Hulk with the open palms. Fits on the same way as the main statue. Boom. Oh. All right. Whew. Here's the modern Rage one. Look at this. This is crazy. All right, guys, so here we have all 3 options here on the table at once. I will be swapping them out on the main piece, but let me go ahead and give this thing a little spin on the turntable, and then we'll get into the details. Okay guys, here he is, the Incredible Hulk. This thing is a monster. This is probably the biggest single character statue that I have other than this other green and purple guy. This thing is incredible, for lack of better words, but let's go ahead and take a closer look. So down here at the bottom, we have this very cool base. Legendary Beast has been doing these storytelling bases. Up front, we have the evolution of Hulk. We start off with the smaller hunched over Hulk. He gradually gets bigger, stands more upright, and it just shows that over the years, the Hulk has grown quite a bit. We even have the Planet Hulk in there with the gladiator garb, and then we end with Maestro. All these storytelling elements are depicted with this bronze finish to give it that classy, authentic sculpture look. There's some oxidation around the edges as well to make it look even more aged and realistic. And as we spin it around here, we have the Hulk transformation here on the sides. We can see Banner kind of going through the stages as he's transforming into the Hulk. And then on the back side, we have the Hulk's main enemies. We've got the Red Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross, Abomination, Absorbing Man with the chains, the Leader, Wendigo, and Juggernaut. And then over here on this side, we kind of have the origin of Hulk. And this is a story that's told in this comic book right here, The Incredible Hulk #1 from 1962, which features the first appearance of the Incredible Hulk and also Rick Jones, who's that kid right there. Basically, they're doing a bunch of testing in the desert. Banner looks out and he sees that this kid has kind of snuck onto the property where they're going to be dropping a bomb. So he goes out there to try and save him. He pushes him into this hole, and right as he does that, the bomb goes off behind him and he gets exposed to all these gamma rays. He wakes up not knowing what's happened, and then soon after, he transforms into the Hulk. All these storytelling elements are surrounded by all this metal, I guess, to represent Banner's lab. We have all these little copper-colored accents, rivets, some hazardous waste symbols. As we go up, we have more elements with this yellow and black caution border. And then, it doesn't really make sense, but right in the middle of all that, we have the desert. Obviously, that is to symbolize the desert that the government facility was located on. It wouldn't be in the lab itself, but it's kind of interesting how they've infused the landscape with the actual lab. We have this radiation hazard sign that's been crushed by the Hulk's right foot. There is some green radiation liquid kind of flowing through the cracks. And I heard that some people think that this looks like a chocolate chip cookie. Yeah, I guess it does, but so does the burnt cracked desert, right? Let's move on to this big boy. So this is the first appearance torso. Obviously, he's a little bit more jacked than he was in that Hulk #1. Back in 1962, the Hulk wasn't using the same bodybuilding techniques that are used today. He was a little bit smaller, he was a little bit shorter, he was a little bit less defined, but this guy definitely has been on that gamma ray juice because he is ready for the Mr. Olympia. So we'll start down here with the bottom half of him. This part stays constant with all the versions of the statue. He's got a museum style stance. The right foot is in front of the other. Nice texture in the skin and the pants. Some of the texture on the skin seems a little bit more like a pattern than we're used to seeing on real human skin. Kind of scaly looking, maybe a little reptilian. We see this on the hands as well. They look kind of like hair follicles. They're just a little bit too grid-like, I would say. There's some more natural looking texture on his body as well. He's got some really cool looking toes. We got the wrinkles around the joints. The veins look really good. All the musculature in his big cankles and heels. It's just massive tree trunks for legs. The texture on the pants looks awesome. LBS does a great job at making clothes that look very thick. All the rips are done very well with the green skin showing through. Some nice stitching details on the seams of the pants, around the zipper, around the belt loops. He's got some nice pockets there on the back as well that didn't happen to rip. You would think when you got bigger, your butt would grow too, and that would be the first thing to rip. I guess these are kind of stretchy jeans. And then we have the white shirt that's kind of flowing out of those pants. And I'm really glad they actually have the shirt. One of my nitpicks for the XM Hulk transformation statue was that he was missing his shirt. And then we'll move up to the torso. Again, this is the first appearance, Jack Kirby style Hulk. He's got the protruding brows. He was very Frankensteinish in that first issue. The muscles and vascularity on this guy is just insane. He's got a nice set of abs. We can see the tension in those pecs and all the striations in the deltoids. The teeth look really good. The eyes look really good. There's not much to fault on this statue. He's kind of got an asymmetrical pose with the left hand open and the right hand clenched in a fist. And as you'll see with the other torsos, one of them has both hands open and the other one has both hands closed. So this guy has kind of a mixture of the two. So the Kirby style also came in a gray version. That's how he appeared in that first issue. What do you guys think of this torso? You can just grab this thing like a little kid and lift it straight up. Comes out really easily. They are big and bulky. And it's just gonna slide right in like that. But this is an awesome one, the Rage Hulk. I love the open mouth screaming portraits. So like I said, he's got two clenched fists, a little bit more symmetrical than that last one. I think I like it a little bit more. He does have a more modernized look to him. I might stick that classic torso in my comic book room because that's where it's most fitting. Same great musculature. The body positioning is very similar with all of the torsos. It's really just the hands and the head and the face that change. You can see his tongue on this one. He's got the nice white pearly teeth. The gums are a little on the darker side. That just might be Hulk gums, I guess. The hair is nice and spiky. Some really cool looking eyebrows and very well done with the crazy green eyes. This is just the perfect depiction of the Hulk as he's ready to do some serious damage. Before we get into the last torso, let's take a look at these cool stands. So here we have the Hulk's butt going into the ground. That in itself looks pretty cool. We have the same shirt, although it's a little bit more gray here. And then in the front, we've got this cool sculpted title. And it's sculpted just like the comic book, The Incredible Hulk, with all the little bricks. And the base alone is pretty heavy. The bottom of the base does have the statue information as well, so you know it's part of this set. So I'm gonna stick this guy on here before we put on the remaining torso. Connects the same way. All right, so let's stick on the final torso. This is the classic Hulk. The thing I love about this guy is the big, giant hands. This guy even has fingerprints. He's kind of got this snarl on his face as well. Very nice teeth. The hair on this one's not so spiky, but we can still see all those veins going down his neck. Again, this is the reason why I couldn't decide. I think the open hands look great. I think the closed hands look great. This is one statue that I think I'm gonna have to actually switch out every now and then. If I had to rank them, I think my first choice would be this one, just because the sheer size of those hands. The portrait is great as well. The second would be this screaming portrait. And then last, even though it's still great, is the Kirby portrait. Definitely excited to add this one to my collection. Now this one is going upstairs, like I said, with my other 1/3 scale statues. I have the DC Trinity set up in one section, and then right next to it, I have my other 1/3 scale LBS statues with Captain America, Magneto, and Thor. Magneto is moving. He's gonna be coming back down here, and this guy is gonna be taking his place. So it's gonna be a battle of Marvel and DC in my hallway. One of the cool things that I saw with this base was that this is a flat area right here. So if you have some proximity pieces, you can definitely put them up here. For example, I stuck the Bruce Banner from my XM Hulk transformation up here. Even though it's a 1/4 scale, I think it still looks great. Could also put this little Kitty Pryde coming out of the dirt. I can even have a Samurai Wolverine smoking a cigar while sinking in quicksand. So that was a look at the Legendary Beast XM Studios 1/3 scale Incredible Hulk statue. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.